Hello, beautifuls. It's Preem. I've come today with a video that is titled "How BWE Without Separation Incites Violence Against Black Women." And the title might be short if I can't fit all of that, but that's what it is. It's how BWE or this warring with niggas online and just incites violence against black women. And it comes right on time. Although I've been wanting to make this video for some time, I feel like after this woman was hit in the face with a brick by niggas, I feel like now is the perfect time to talk about it. And of course, this situation with this black woman who was hit in the face by a nigger has so much nuance to it, because first of all, of course, she's not black American, although she does play us very well. She is not black American. She is kind of a feminist that wars with white male's patriarchy. And I think she may be lesbian, and she may have said some things that were anti-black American woman. And I want to make the disclaimer, even with all those things being true, or maybe not being true, I want to make the disclaimer that no woman should suffer from violence against males. Like, no woman at all, regardless of race, regardless of culture, should suffer from violence against males. And my heart goes out to her as a woman. First, right, as a woman, I watched that video. I couldn't even watch it because it was so fucked up to me. But I heard it when the video of her yelling at the niggas that was around her, and niggas around her saying, well, what you want us to do? And then I also heard the video of her when she was in the hospital, just going through it as a black woman. And my heart goes out to her. It's heartbreaking that this happened to her, but I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it for the women that's here, my supporters here, my audience here, the black women who come here. Okay, I don't know where that video stopped, so I'm just gonna say what I just gonna say again, and I'm sorry if it stopped. So what I said was, I have to talk about it for the audience here, for the ladies who come to look for a more esoteric view of things that are happening. And here we are. So we got to talk about it. But I did want to make the disclaimer that in no way am I blaming the victim. In no way am I minimizing the physical attack that happened to her. In no way am I disregarding her in any kind of way. I just want the ladies here to see things as they are. So this is an example of how this BWE without separation is a fucking problem, right? Because here is a black woman surrounded by niggas, and when you surrounded by niggas, something bad can happen, right? Black women in general need to know that when you're around niggas, something bad can happen. If you're around a bunch of niggas, something bad can happen. I mean, that's just how we have to exist, right? So anyhow, again, I want to say that women should be able to walk the earth free. We should be able to walk the earth free. And that's how the world should be. But as I've said several times, black women cannot live in a world of how it should be. We have to live in a world of how it is. And this situation was tweeted by a black woman who said her tweet was saying that this is why she keeps, this is why she gives her number to niggas. If she on the street and a nigga asks her for her number, she give it to him. I have a text now number for that exact reason. In the event that a black male asks me for my fucking number, here you go. I'm not dying for no number. I'm not getting busted in the face for no number. Like, none of that. And for us to dismiss that tweet as black women is crazy to me, because again, we're trying to live in an idealistic world. That's not how we live. Like, that's not how we live. This delusion that black women want to live in is gonna cost us, right? That's not how we exist. Yes, we do need text now numbers, and when we talk about strategizing, I do think that should be a conversation that we have on the back end, and I'm about to open that conversation on the back end, and of course open the space for that conversation. So for black women who have been messaging me about being in my Discord, I will be opening it soon for ladies to come in, and we'll talk about that later. But let's talk about the conversation at hand, right? So I do want to touch on this row situation, and I forgot her last name. Sorry. And you know what? Give me a second. Let me look up her name, because I do want to be able to say her name. Give me a second. Okay, so her name is Ro Bashi. I think that's it. I hope I'm saying her name right. But anyhow, what happened was she is in a place. It looked kind of like a construction place to me. She's in Texas. So it looks like a construction place to me, maybe because there's fucking bricks there. I don't fucking know. Maybe the niggas was at work, possibly. Like, niggas just standing around bricks. I don't know. Okay, so anyhow, it might be a construction site. Who the fuck knows? But she is there, surrounded by a bunch of fucking niggas. And what seems to have happened was one of the niggas asked her for her number. She said no. Maybe a little conversation happened between her and the nigga. And, when a nigga feel disrespected, they become violent. So he ended up hitting her in the face with a brick. She begins to yell, crying, screaming, and recording. And she yells at the niggas that surround her. And she's like, y'all just now let this nigga bust me in the face with a fucking brick. The niggas are in the background saying, what you want us to do? Cowards. And we gonna also talk about why cowards don't deserve life. Like, that's a video for another day. But anyhow, cowardly lines have to die out. Like, that's where we are. Like, if a woman gets hit in the fucking face with a brick, regardless of who she is, if you are a male around her, the fact that you would ask, what do you want us to do? Like, your blood, if you are a male and you had a son, that son should not be here. You should not be having sons when you... That's the video for another day. But anyhow, the niggas asked her, what you want us to do? She ends up going to the hospital. She's getting treated. She's crying. And she's saying that, she can't afford to miss work. She can't afford to miss work. She goes on to cry, why this is happening to me. And this is how you know that black women are just not even conscious of the world that we live in. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, me is not a word that we get to use that often as black women. Let me tell you, as a black woman from the ghetto, okay, and I have shared where I'm from, not necessarily bricks, but women are being harmed violently daily. Daily. Black women are being harmed violently daily. That's a everyday occurrence for black women. All the time. Every day a black woman is being assaulted by a black male. That happens every fucking day, several times a fucking day. So, for her to be sitting there saying, why is this happening to me? Sis, why is it happening to us is the question. Right? But that's what happened. So, what we later found out was that this woman is a content creator. And I went to her TikTok, which is now banned. And I went to her Instagram, She had 2 Instagram pages, and I just want to see, like, what kind of content is this woman making? Like, my question was, like, what the fuck? Why black women are surrounded by niggas, right? Like, what's going on? So I went to her content to see what's going on in her content. And her content is basically what you would expect from a black woman who is of Somali descent, and she is Somalian, right? So of course, you know, there's some we want reparations. Sis, you don't qualify for reparations, but of course we want I want war with white males in any way I can find it, right? So it's we want reparations, right? It's some feminist theory and some feminist logic. It's some free the nipples going on. It's every now and again you see a little sprinkle of black women, you in danger. These niggas hate you. You see that? You see that a little bit in there. So it's just, and she's showing her face, right? And all of this is happening on her content. Like, it's, you know, it's what you would expect from a black woman, because that's in all the ways that black women exist, right? And then every now and then it's a little bit of anti-black American woman. You know, it's a little bit of that thrown in there. It's a little, you get a little sprinkle of that, right? In this woman's content. And as I'm seeing it, I'm of course seeing it, you know, with esoteric eyes as I see the world. And when I first saw the video, I had actually went on Clubhouse, right? Just to hear the conversation, to hear what people were saying. And I don't know if Ion comes to my channel, but Ion, if you come to my channel, I need more. I need more. I need you not to be a coward, right? Because Ion started off his room saying that this was a black American woman problem. And then, of course, you know, in came all the non-black American women, and the conversation kind of changed, right? But when he said it, I would assume that if he has the ear of black women, if he has the ear of black American women, then the Divine Mother would use him. And in that moment she did, because I had started having a little bit of a dialogue with him in the chat. Like, where I said, like, yes, Ion, say what it is. It's a war against black American women. And even though she's not a black American woman, well, she got our fucking costume on, right? She has our costume on. She is presenting as us. She's not presenting as a fucking Somali woman, right? Because Somali women have your fucking head down and don't fucking talk. That's how it goes in their country. Right? And as a Somali woman, being as loud as you are, as a black woman twerking all over the fucking internet, that's our shit. You know better than to do that as a Somali woman, right? This is, your culture does not allow that kind of freedom. White males have provided us that kind of freedom. White males have given us that kind of freedom in this country, right? So you got our, you know, costume on, and you are presented as a black American woman, and the world is seeing you as a black American woman, and you are being treated as a black American woman. Is what was happening. And that was kind of how Ion started his room, and I was like, yes, you know, talk your shit, Ion. And then as more black women who were not black American came into the room, that conversation kind of changed, and I kind of got the fuck out of there. Right? But that's the truth. That's what happened. This is an attack on black American women, right? And any black woman who puts on our costume, right? Any black woman in the United States of America, regardless of where you're from, regardless of your culture, if you put on our costume and you present as a black American woman, you have a target on your back. You have a target on your back, sis. Right? So that's what's happening. And because she has a target on her back, she was treated like a black American woman. And everybody knows that black American males specifically, but I see no difference between black American males and any other black male. I think they are all the same. I do think that black American women are different than the rest of black women, but I think that black American male and black males are all the same. They all have the same father. Right? They all have the same father. They all have come from the same source, which is Satan himself. Okay? But I don't think that Black American women and the rest of, or not, let me look, indigenous women to the planet Earth who are black, okay? Let's just call us that. Are all the same, right? So with that being said, you know, she got our costume on. These niggas know, all the niggas know, that it's war on us. So when you decide to not give a nigga your phone number, even though he might be Haitian, he know it's war on us. Brick to your face, right? And that is what happened. And that's what happened. And then these niggas went to go look for her TikToks, and what happened, she had because all of these non-black American women are like content creators, they like Tyler Perry. Like, they're cosplaying black American women every fucking where, and they are all making content just like, oh my, y'all, we are a fucking gold mine. Anyhow, they all make this content that cosplays black American women. So she's cosplaying black American women, and she's smacking a white boy or white man, and black males bring it up and basically say she hates men. Oh God. So they basically say that she hates men, and you know, because she hates men, that she must have been disrespectful to this nigga, and that's why he busted her in the face. Now the issue there with that is that black women, we cannot war with white males. I don't know how many times I gotta say this. Black, listen. On the back end, again, some conversations we gotta have on the back end. If black American women want to war with white males, I understand there's some justification in you feeling that way. We are just not in a position to do so. And when we do have that conversation, we need to be having that conversation again on the back end. Like, we should not be having these conversations out in the fucking public as black American women, right? Which is why I decided, which is one of the reasons why I'm hardly even here, because the shit that I want to say, I can't say, right? Because I don't want to say things that everybody should not be hearing from black American women, right? But anyhow, she has this, you know, this skit where she is cosplaying us warm with white males. Okay. The niggas say that this proves that she hates men. Of course, because you know, it's nothing to hate them. But if you hate white men, then you hate men, and that is a reason for white males to, of course, stand down when you get busted in the fucking face with a brick. Duh. In case we don't know what the fuck is going on. That's a reason for white males to mind their motherfucking business when you get busted in the face with a fucking brick, black American woman. In general, this is why white males will mind their fucking business, because you have decided to war with them. You have decided to be the face of feminism, the face of what is tearing down white males' patriarchy. Black women, black American women, in your little tiny percentage, in this country, you have decided to be the fucking face of what wars with white males. This is crazy. This is ludicrous, black women. And for the tiny of the 6 or 7% of black American women, to the tiny bit of us that are mothers of daughters, and we getting down to numbers, goddammit. In my private space, we getting down to numbers. Like, to the very, if it's only 7% of black, if it's only 7% of the population is black American women, and that is about 25 million. A million Americans are black American. When we getting down to how many are us, right? How many are mothers of daughters? We're talking about less than 10 million. Less than 10 million. And when we see things like this, we are jumping out of our skin. Like, we really get very, 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 very scared about it. like very, very scared about it, because here you are as a black woman cosplaying us, warring with white males on the fucking internet. A nigga busts you in the face, and now what you want to do? Call the same white males? And then not only that, you're publicly warring with niggas. And this is something that BWE does. Like, in this, if you're going to publicly war with niggas, you can't be around them. They're violence. They're violence. So besides the role, I think I said all the things I wanted to say about role. Now let's get to the how BWE incites violence against black women, and there is no separation, right? So to be inside of a house with a violent nigga, and this is how we exist as black women. To be inside a house with a violent nigga and tell him everything that's wrong with him, right? Tell him how he cannot stand up to white male's patriarchy, right? How he's a coward, how he owes $50 billion in fucking unemployment, how he's costing the country $50 billion in unemployment, and then to be sleeping next to him, to be around him, to have not decided to separate from him. And that goes for content creators as well. Content creators who have huge fucking channels on this fucking YouTube, and they do quote BWE work, and your BWE work is to beef with niggas and not tell black women that they must separate from them. Do you want us dead? Do you want us dead? To tell black women that they have a problem that is black males, and that they should not be separating from this problem. That black women should not be figuring out ways to separate from black males is to incite violence. As I've said several times on this channel, there is a thing called collective unconsciousness. And how it works is this. Again, let me explain to you how this works. The niggas are online saying that black American women are the problem. Flat out, that's what they say. They're not getting around. They're not saying black women. They are saying black American women are a problem, and you have to end the problem at its source, right? What they are saying is to end us. Several videos online to end us, right? And every single black male, because they all exist in the same vibration. All black males exist at the same vibration, which is hate. They're all bred in hate, every single one of them, and they have no way to combat it. They do not have the inner divinity that a black American woman has to combat it, right? So they're all bred in hate, and they are all living in hate, and they are all catching this download that says to end us. Every single one of them. Every single black male that you know. Every single one of them. Everyone you look at. That's your fucking sons. God damn it, I can't say this enough. That's your sons. That is your fathers. That is your brothers. That is your cousins. Every single black male is getting this download. Every single one of them knows this. To war with us. They have all got it. That it's a green light. Open season on black women. And our combating it, right? Black women's combating it. Over here, the rule is separation. Like, you have got to figure out how to get the fuck away from niggas. like that's it. You gotta figure it out, sis. And again, that's the conversation that we can have on the back end. Like, how do you maneuver as a black American woman in Blackistan and not perish? Right? And I do want to make this space for us to have that conversation for black women who have made it out of, quote, Blackistan, to counsel black women who are trying to make it out of Blackistan, for black women who have lived in Blackistan as a black woman who has separated, but you're still physically there, right? Because there is a way to stay safe spiritually when your mind is made up. When your mind is made up, there is a way to stay safe, to stay safe in the physical because of the spiritual work that you do, right? So I do want to have those conversations on the back end, right? For those black women who cannot get out of Blackistan today, to those black women who have to figure out her plan and execute it before she's out of Blackistan, right? And I do want to make a space for us to have those conversations. So, as I said, I am going to open up my Discord. But for black women who are not us, who have not decided, you know what, who have not gotten this message that you have to separate, right? And all they are hearing is that these niggas not shit. Like, all they hearing is that these niggas not shit. Like, it's no end goal. It's no conclusion to it. The black males are not shit, and you're just stuck with them, black women. And that's what a lot, I've been told that several times. When I started talking about separation, my first time talking about separation, I was in a divested black woman's Discord space. And one of the ladies in the Discord space had a fucking dirty ass son. And I said to her, we have to separate. And she said to me, how are we going to separate? Like, you don't, basically she was a crone and she said, you don't make no motherfucking sense. You cannot separate from black males. And I thought to myself, these niggas only 6% of the fucking population, ma'am. What do you mean I can't separate from 6% of the fucking population? Right, surely I can. I raised my daughter to about the age 6 and she had never seen white people. And she's black. She exists in the 12%. And I had raised her in a way where she had never saw black people. So you mean to tell me it's not space in this United States of America where a black woman never got to see a fucking nigga? Is that what you're telling me, ma'am? Right? So this is what these BWE content creators push. Like, it's no way for us to get away. Like, we're stuck with them because we share the same color. Just because we share the same color skin as them, we share the same culture as them, we can never get away from them. But I'm gonna sit on a couch and beef with this nigga. I'm gonna sit on a couch, call this nigga a trash bag, dusty, naked, just all the fucking things that we call them. But I'm gonna sit on the couch next to him. And I don't think that it's a brick coming to my face in a matter of minutes. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. BWE, black women's empowerment without separation, is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. All it's going to cost you as a black woman is a brick against your motherfucking face. That's it. A skateboard against your face, being tossed in the fucking trash. HIV, syphilis, chlamydia. That's all it costs you as a black woman to be in BW, to look for black women's empowerment and not get to the bottom line, that is, get the fuck away from these niggas. That is the bottom line. Like, I don't like anything else for you to know, black woman who is here listening to me. Anything else is wasting your time. Anything else is wasting your time. Anybody that is not telling you that you need to separate from them, that you need to get the fuck away, right? That you need to let your dear father know, and this is something that I am working on today as we speak, right? That you need to let your dear father know that because of the conditions of Blackistan, you can no longer stay in it. And he can't come. Wherever you're planning to go, he is not invited. He is not invited. Keep on paying the fucking insurance. Keep on paying the fucking insurance. When you croak, I will be there to collect. To give you a good going away. Okay? But I'm only staying for 3 days and I got to get the fuck on. Because Blackistan has become too fucking unsafe for black women. Right? Unless we're getting to that, unless we're getting to the complete separation, all else is a waste of time. And not only is it a waste of time, it incites violence for the unassuming black woman. And that's unfair for us to do. That's unfair for us to do. That is unfair for us to sit on fucking YouTube all fucking day long for black women, content creators who come over here. And I know that you come over here, right? And I mean the larger channels. I don't mean the 10,000 subscriber channels. That's not who I'm talking to, right? I'm talking to the women who have larger channels inciting violence against black women. That's what the fuck you're doing. While you collect your fucking What are these things? What are these things that they always asking for? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. While you sit in your home thanking black women for the fucking super chats when we ain't got no fucking money any fucking way, right? You're sitting there in your home and you're semi-safe because the nigga you fucking on you think is safe, right? So you're hiding in your home and you are inciting violence against the everyday unassuming black woman who has to live around these niggas, who don't have a way out today. When you're skipping around true separation, when you're not giving her the keys that says you need to get the fuck out of there as quickly as possible, you're just inciting violence against her. Because then when she walks down the street and a nigga asks her for her number and she says no, odds are he's going to become violent. Odds are he's going to become violent. Because he does nothing all fucking day long. While she works, he does nothing all day long but scour the fucking internet and get more and more angry and more enraged watching your videos. Watching your fucking videos, right? When he's sitting there watching Manosphere, he goes to the channels that quotes combat Manosphere, and there your ass is inciting rage in him. For the unassuming black woman that's working 2.5 jobs and raising his 3 fucking children. So when she comes home, your ass then riled him up all fucking day long, right? Not telling her to go, to leave, to get the fuck out of there. Her life is depending on it. All you're doing is inciting violence against the unassuming black woman. The everyday black woman, even if she ain't fucking on no niggas. I made a YouTube video. I never shared it because I was torn up about it. I was crying about it. A black woman sitting at a fucking gas station sitting inside of her car. A nigga came to her car and killed her. Murked her. I think she had 2 daughters. Possibly one of us. Possibly a mother of daughters. Sitting inside her car. I think she was a security officer. Sitting inside her car trying to get gas. Or I don't know. Fucking scratching a fucking scratch off. Who the fuck knows what she was doing? She was in her car. And because your messages are half-assed. Because you make a half-assed message to black women. And you're not telling them to get the fuck away from these niggas. Don't go to no motherfucking gas station where all us there is niggas. Don't go. Because you're not telling her that the problem is him and that's what the fuck she needs to get away from. Sis is sitting inside of her car, scratching her scratch offs off, and a nigga come to try to rob her and ended up killing this woman. Now, when I hear a story like that, right, when I'm able to see that this is a black American woman, right, when I hear that she has 2 daughters, that 2 daughters was just now left for dead in Blackistan, do you know what that fucking means? Do you understand? Do you even understand what that means? Do you get it? Do you get what happens when a mother is murked and her 2 daughters are left for dead? He killed 3 black women in one time. He killed 3 black women at once with 1 fucking bullet. You think that those daughters were picked up by somebody who loved them? Do you think that those daughters are not going to be violated in the ways that Blackistan violates black women? While you sit up with 100 fucking thousand subscribers talking a bunch of bullshit, you are inciting violence against the black women. That's what the fuck you're doing. Your BWE is worthless. Your BWE is worthless. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you love black women. If your conclusion for black women is not to separate, I do not believe that you love black women. I don't believe you, sis. I don't believe you. If you're telling black women that there are unicorns out there and that she can get lucky, I do not fucking believe you. Not only do I not believe you, I borderline think that you hate black women. To not tell black women the truth, that her only option is to separate from black ex-wives, that's her only option. Today, you don't have no other choice. You don't have another choice, black women. That's it. For everybody that's listening to me, to every black woman that's listening to me, listen, I'm going to tell you the goddess honest truth. Sis, that's your only fucking option. Listen, we done tried everything else, okay? We done stopped. They ain't came. We done stopped. They have not come. They have not begun to behave, okay? We tried that, okay? That did not work, okay? We was looking for the best man for the job. That did not work, okay? We was looking for being, what is this? Queen consorts, looking for the best man for the job. That did not work. Calling them trash bags do not fucking work. Guilting them into loving us because we're dark skinned and making content all fucking day about colorism, that does not work. We cannot guilt these niggas into loving us. That does not work. Okay? Going to another tribe of niggas, that does not work. The hate for black women is in every fucking black male. Is in every fucking black male. And our only option today, we only have one option. And that one option is to figure out how the fuck to separate from black males. To figure out how to separate from black males in a violent black culture that hates us. That's all that's left. And to those who do not have the empathy, the sympathy, and the love for the unassuming black woman, I shame to you. Shame on you. Shame on you. If you cannot understand how a black woman who is busy in her life cannot find fucking YouTube to hear your fucking content, to know what the fuck is going on, right? For her to not understand that the males of her likeness fucking hates her. If you cannot be empathetic towards a black woman who realizes that it's something going on, like it's something, something in the milk, but she don't quite know, and it's taking her a little bit of time to get there, shame on you. Shame on you. Because it took us all a little while to get here. None of us rolled over, divested. Some of us, it took us a little time, a little while to get here. Some of us went through all those cycles quietly. The cycles where black women should really just shut the fuck up and not be on fucking YouTube talking, right? All these cycles of grief, right? Some of us knew to go through those cycles silently, quietly. to go through those cycles quietly, and there are black women who are doing that. Who are doing that. And it might take her a little while. It might, if she has no harm to black women, if she's causing no harm to black women, the collective of black women, right? Shame on us for laughing at her death. Shame on us for laughing when she is harmed. I think that that's, really all I have on this topic. I am taking my time to really get serious about my YouTube content. Our lives are depending on it, like really. And our lives as a collective black women is dependent on some black women ascending. Like some black women have to really start living in their goddesshood for us to be able to see that light. And I'm designating myself. I'm designating the women in this space who really want to ascend. So I am going to try to make a more consistent content, a more organized content in this. It's Virgo season, and I think I might have mentioned that I'm a Virgo. And I like to be more organized. I like to be more intentional about my content. I like to be a bit more, intentional about my content. I want to have conversations with black women that matter. I don't want to make quote BWE content that does nothing for the black woman collective. I don't want to do that. And for the most part, from what I see in the BWE sector, aside from the 2 divested channels that I've mentioned several times, who both of those ladies have said separate. They say a whole bunch of other shit that I might not agree with, but the core message is get the fuck away from them niggas. Besides those 2 ladies, the rest of it is just fluff. It's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of fucking time. And it's costing us our lives. It's costing the black woman collective our lives. It's inciting violence against young black women, unassuming black women, as these quote gender wars are going on all over the fucking internet. It's ludicrous. That's the only thing that's on the internet. I was so grateful yesterday. Like, you have on one end, let me just say I was just grateful because I'm her mother, so I get to tell her. She don't have to go look for it. I can just tell her. But I was so grateful in a way when I called Puddin' and I said, did you hear about the black woman that got busted in her face with the brick? And she said no. Like, what? Like, what's going on? And I went on to tell her the whole story all the while she's doing her schoolwork, and she's, fucked up about it, but she had no idea that it was going on because she's not enmeshed in internet, right? She's not so enthralled in internet and this fucking online gender war that is happening, constantly inciting violence against the everyday unassuming black woman who's not on the fucking internet because we have to work. Damn it. Like, when I say that I have to become organized to really format my channel in the way that I want it, to really do the work that I want to do, to really scout and find black women that I think will be valuable to my space, for me to, like, this takes work outside of my fucking real life work that I have to do. Black women are very fucking busy women. So while niggas are sitting around all day long on the fucking internet, okay, let me tell you what's happening in case y'all did not know, right? Like, in case y'all live on the fucking internet, let me tell y'all what's happening. In the real world, okay, outside of your fucking YouTube channels, to the black women that come over here, and you got larger channels and you really don't have no fucking life and you don't fucking work nowhere and you don't do shit but just make content to nanny boo boo niggas. In the real world, black women are working, right? And niggas are online all motherfucking day, okay? Niggas are online all day watching your content, right? Watching your content while a black woman at work in 1.5 jobs, she work 9 to 5, get off at 5, then she works 6 to 9 p.m. All day long, this nigga is at home watching fucking YouTube content all fucking day, then stumbled across your fucking page and got mad at her, and now here she come home tired of shit, and he's violent. You're inciting violence. Black women are busy fucking women. In some cases, black women have no idea what's going on YouTube. The black women that I want to speak to, I can't even find them. They don't be on YouTube. I have to go outside of YouTube to find black women that I want to hear this message. Like, black American women are some busy fucking women, okay? And because we are busy women, a lot of black women, although we are existing in this war, we're not quite what is the word that I want to use? Like, we're not really in the moment. As I mentioned, my own self, like, I knew it was something going on in the water. Like, I know it was something fucked up around here in Blackistan 5 fucking years ago. Not even 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Right? But I was working 1.5 jobs. I was a single mom. I was fucking knee deep in the fucking trenches of Blackistan. I had no fucking idea that black women was online wasting black women time in BWE conversations. I had no fucking idea that was going on. And not only that, what I realized is that most of the women who usually gravitate towards me also had no fucking idea. No idea that this was going on. No idea that it was BWE work being done. And now as I sit around, I see the BWE work that's being done. All I see is y'all inciting violence against black women because none of y'all are talking about separation. As I watch this black woman cry, and I already said all my disclaimers. So don't come over here, with your bullshit. I already said all my disclaimers. And but as I watched this black woman, this black Somalian woman, cry on the internet about niggas, first of all, being violent, and then the rest of them being cowards. And that's how niggas is either one way or the other, including her son. And I was thinking to myself, I said to myself, Preem said yes. and I said to myself, if you were able to talk to her and you let her know, like, the culture, black male culture, how they are innately, either has your son be a brick thrower or a nigga that stand around and watch the brick thrower. That's who black males are. They're either one or the other. Either he is the one who commits the violence against black women, or he is the one that watches happily, mind you. Don't think that the niggas that's watching not happy that you getting busted in the fucking face. When I was getting violated in my youth by grown men, the niggas that watch, they enjoyed it. They enjoyed me being baby mama at fucking 14 years old. They didn't have the guts, the gall, or the audacity to destroy me they fucking selves, but they enjoyed the show. And this is who black women's sons is. And I thought to myself, if you told her this, Preem, if you told her what you tell black women all the time, like, listen, stop wasting your time, sis, with that fucking thumb. Stop wasting your time and just send him with his fucking father and live your life. What would be her response to you? And I had to sit on that. I had to sit on, like, what is black women's response to me when I say, listen, these males are who your sons grow up to be. That nigga who threw that rock at her in her face, that brick at her in her face, that's somebody's sweet son. That is somebody's sweet boy. Okay? His mother hiding his ass right now. He's halfway to dirty ass Haiti as we speak. His mother got him a ticket back to dirty ass Haiti to eat fucking dirt rock so motherfucking quick. You hear me? Someone's sweet son. It's who he was. And he just now busted a black woman in the face and a bunch of bitch ass niggas watched. Anyhow, black women, this is where we are. All this BWE content that we watch, it's just inciting violence. Black women being all around in the spaces with niggas, arguing with niggas, it's just inciting violence against us. That's what's, in case you did not know what's going on, these niggas are hearing this and they like, next black woman I see, I'ma fuck her up. On sight. She do one fucking thing, I'ma fuck her up. So if your BWE content is not telling you to separate as a black woman, I think that you may want to rethink it. If it's not getting to some hard truths, right? And a hard truth for me, and I'm happy. I'm kind of happy I'm here. I actually, let me be honest, I'm happy I'm here. When we heard things like let the bodies hit the floor, when a black woman get busted in the face and she was just now on the fucking Instagram, cosplaying black American women, playing in our face, inciting violence against us, playing with these niggas, that's a body that's gonna hit the floor. In case y'all didn't know, in case, like, all of these things that black women say and like, I wish that we would get to the bottom of what the fuck is happening. I remember hearing the reckoning is coming. What the fuck do we think the reckoning is? Like, what do we think do we know what reckoning means? like when we hear the reckoning is coming, it's coming. Like, what do we think as black women? Like, what do we think the reckoning is? As the reckoning comes, right? As the bodies hit the floor, I think that it's the best that black women separates from black males, right? I think that it's best that black women not be in spaces where it's a bunch of fucking niggas. And by no means am I victim blaming here. I am telling the reality of what we live in as black women. As black women, we do not get, it's unsafe for us to be around a bunch of niggas. It's just unsafe. I can't go. When somebody say, hey, Preem, let's go. Is it going to be a bunch of niggas there? Because if it is, I cannot go. I cannot go. We can't go, y'all. to the ladies here who come here, listen, y'all, we cannot go. We cannot. First of all, another thing that Ion said, listen, this nigga Ion, if I didn't know no better, I would start to think this nigga's fucking black women. Because yesterday his insight was too good. It was too good. What he said was that they can smell it on you. For us over here, they can smell the divinity on you, sis. They know that you're too good to be there. They know that you are too good to be there. And you're not playing, right? Because I believe this woman was playing. Like, you went on the internet trying nanny boo boo niggas. And these niggas saw that. These niggas saw that she was nanny boo boo and playing in their face. And these niggas decided, first time I see her, I'ma fuck her up. But for us, because we know better than the nanny boo boo niggas on the internet showing our face, if y'all think, listen, if you think that it's safe, the nanny boo boo niggas on the fucking internet showing your fucking face, you gotta have a death wish. You gotta have a death wish. But for those of us, as I was saying, who don't nanny boo boo niggas on the internet and show our face, for those of us who are actually divine black women, they can sniff it on you. and snuffing you out, to be honest. It's a saying, I think it might be in the Bible. Y'all, scripture's so good to me now. I don't know what's going on. To all the ladies here, the church mothers, you will be very proud of me right now. But it's a Bible verse where it says one man has the ability to lead 10,000 or something. And it was basically talking about the godliness in the men, and we talking about the Bible. But what we're talking about here is that one goddess has the ability to lead 10,000. Or was it 100,000? So when a nigga snuff you out, right? One of the ladies who was here, a goddess in her own right. When a nigga snuffs you out, right? If he has the ability to get rid of you, he gets rid of 10,000 to 100,000 black women. And knowing that, black women, of course, I hope that we are all being safe. But to those of us who are here and we're on the fence and we're in unsafe spaces around these niggas, like, it's getting too dangerous. It's getting too dangerous. And I'm saying that as a black woman who's not around niggas, who I have to do spiritual work for my own little maiden, who is an unassuming black woman, who wants to live life in an idealistic way. Who wants to live life in an idealistic way. Right? And this is how these unassuming black women are trying to live their lives. But the reality is they're in extreme danger. Extreme danger. And every black woman does not have a mother or a circle of women who, you know, getting all, church mothery, who gonna put prayers on your daughter. Every single black woman, every single unassuming black woman don't have the blessing of a black woman who knows better. Every unassuming black woman does not have her mother's favor, trickling down on her. So I think that when we talk about BWE work, and so that black women can get, I'm not saying that we don't be up in those spaces, because I do. I like watching all the other YouTube ladies, but when we're getting so down to the wire, I just have to call a thing. And BWE, without separation, incites violence against black women. And that's the fact of the matter. That's it. That's all. I love you, ladies, and I hope that you are enjoying your today is Tuesday. I might not post this on today because y'all, I want to take a nap. I want to take a nap. And I have some work that I want to do for my Discord, and I am always half-ass writing and not finishing shit. But I'm gonna start finishing things. Like I'm gonna stop being half-assed. It's not even of me. Like, it's not even of me. So I am going to get a bit more serious about this channel, about this space, about the work that we do here. I am going to be opening up my Discord. For those ladies who have messaged me about it, I will be opening it up. Well, I'll be opening up towards the end of the year, but I am creating a more intentional space for black women to ascend and to reach our divinity. And, so I said all that to say that even though I'm recording this on Tuesday, I probably won't post it to the weekend. I probably won't post it to the weekend. But anyhow, I hope that you ladies have a good rest of the week, and I hope that you're having a good weekend when you do hear it. There are other ladies that will be speaking on this. One of the ladies that spoke on it was I forgot something, the Riddler. I might share it. I'll probably share it today. I'll share it today. Now, you know what? That's since I can't get this out today, and I'll share what she said today, and then I'll add more with this video that I will post on the weekend. So, anyhow, ladies, I love you. I hope that you all are doing well. You know, just understand it. Like, if not. BWE, in order for black women to truly be empowered, in order for black women to truly reach our divinity, in order for black women to truly ascend, she has to separate from black males. And that's that. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that includes my own self. In order for me to ascend, in order for me to really walk in my goddess-given rights, I have to separate from black males. In every single way. And it starts off by not being in the spaces that niggas in. That's the absolute most dangerous. But in general, just being around them is just sucking the life out of us. Okay? And that's that, y'all. I'm really gone. Love y'all.